one of the main influencers of Dutch Ghanaian descent here in the Netherlands, should I say. He goes by the name of Dennis Toppin. He is a person
Something, a book or something. That's the next step I want to.
writing a book,
Yeah,
like an inspirational book.
yeah. Well, writing the story of my father who passed away, but I think his story is very inspiring to me, and I think it can inspire a lot of young entrepreneurs or young African adults. So I think I want to do that. Yeah.
Sharing his story.
Yeah.
In a book.
Yeah.
All right. You're now a gym owner.
Yep. True.
In charge of your gym.
Yep.
What's it called? Tell us a bit about that. How did it start?
So the gym is called CrossFit Immersive. It's like it's not like a gym as in the chains you see in the Netherlands or the mainstream gyms, I would say, but it's more focused on personal training and focus on small group training and really guiding the people through the workout. So every session is always with a good certified instructor that will lead you through the workouts, and that's what we do basically. Yeah.
Okay. So CrossFit,
Immersive,
that sounds familiar. CrossFit.
Yeah.
Does it
true.
mean it's different from fitness? Because a lot of people think fitness.
Yeah. Fitness is like when we look at the traditional fitness, we talk about weightlifting and building up muscle. And CrossFit is running, treadmill and stuff like that. And what we do is like we tend to focus on the functionality of the body. So, for example, for a lot of people, it might be hard to sit down in a squat, as in the way children do. You know, when children want to pick something off the floor, they'll sit down with their butt almost close to their heels, chest is lifted, and stuff like that. You know, that's actually what the human body is made of. Is made to move and to be functional. And with CrossFit, I believe we can bring back the functionality of people and what they do on a day-to-day basis, and lifting up stuff, having the right posture when they sit, best way to walk, and stuff like that. So we tend to focus more on that and challenge people in the functionality.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does it focus more on, should I say, agility, being like flexible and fit?
It's everything, because the body is strong. It's fit, it's flexible. So we combine all these components in working out. So yeah, you will lift weight, but you'll also run. We will challenge your fitness, as in, you know, in a short amount of time, doing as many reps as possible. So it's always different, constantly varying in those three actually.
I see. So is there a specific reason? Because a lot of people think fitness, a lot of people make the mistake of saying it's fitness. I know it's not. Why did you choose for CrossFit instead of fitness, where you started at?
Because I believe that if you look at the trends, people are getting more aware of their health, and I'm not saying fitness is good. I also do fitness, but I don't believe fitness should be the only thing you do. You know, because it's just one way of exercising. I think so. The traditional fitness is only one way of exercising. I believe that you should expand that and take the best of every world, because your body's not one type. It's not built in one type of way. You do a lot with your body. So that's why I step away from that, and I saw CrossFit and great high intensity interval training, and I was like, okay, this is a training type that combines everything, which is good for the human body.
Okay.
If you're working with the right coach, I have to say that. Yeah.
So that's the reason you chose for that approach.
Yeah, definitely.
And immersive is the other word. Does that say anything? Or
yeah. So to immerse people, like when you immerse someone, you engage them in the things you do. So people, like, for example, if I would immerse you into my world, that means like I will isolate you from everything away, and you'll be in my world. So CrossFit Immersive, I want to immerse people in CrossFit and our vision when it comes to CrossFit and functional training and fitness. Yeah.
That sounds really good. And you're a gym owner. Tell us a little bit about how starting the gym started, because that is starting something like that needs money. It needs people. It needs. How did that come about?
So it starts with a passion, and then eventually you have an idea, and the next step is to put that idea on paper. How boring it sounds, how long it might take. If you have something on paper, it's legit, I think. And then working on that plan, you put it on paper, then you work it into a business plan, and from making that plan, you get ideas of where to start and how to start and what you need. And from the second, when you know what you need, you go chase the things that you need, and at some point, you need to find the right people. You need an investment. You need to find investors. You just got to put in the work. Actually, it sounds pretty tough, but it all comes down to really doing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just really doing it.
Just doing it. I mean, you have to make a plan. Make the plan. While doing that plan, you realize that have you thought about this? Have you thought about that?
It needs something.
Yeah, you got to let other people review your plan too. Seek for advice, and then back to the drawing board again. Do it again, and at some point, you get to a stage when you're like, okay, this plan is complete. I've checked a lot of people. They read it, and there's nothing they can add or take away from it.
Yeah.
And once you reach that point, is when you start, realizing your plan and your dream actually.
So when did starting your actual business, when was this? In what period could we talk about?
So basically, actually, my gym is now, I started officially this year, January. So coming January will be like my first 1 year anniversary. So
it's your first year?
Yeah, it's my first year, yeah. And it started, like I say, 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. I had a partner. His name is Harry, and we were like, we were working in this gym, and we were like making a lot of sales for this gym, training a lot of people, and with all due respect, you got to start somewhere, and this company really invested in us. But we came to the point that we understood our quality.
Yeah,
and we're like, we're making this company a lot of money.
So you were working. Sorry to interrupt. You were working for somebody else.
Yeah, we were working for a gym. Yeah, a big one. Yeah, and we were like, we're making this gym a lot of money, and it would be stupid if we wouldn't try it ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's when the drive came to start. Yeah.
That's when it started.
Yeah.
Right. So that led to you guys joining forces.
And
then starting the gym.
Yeah.
In January.
Yeah.
Okay. So why did you choose for that environment? The Hague. How did that come about?
Well, I'm on the outskirts of The Hague, so I'm not really in the center of The Hague. I wanted to, like, for example, your location as a gym owner is very important. It needs to be easy accessible. You need to find the right type of people. And not saying that not everyone is welcome, but if I think business-wise, you think about people who are
not everybody can come.
Yeah, people are willing to pay for it.
Okay.
And because if people are not paying for it, how are you going to survive? How are you going to have
obviously?
So you were looking for certain areas where that people will live with a certain standards, the middle class, the high class people, and that's where we found like Lights and Fame, and that's an area where you have like young families, young people who are doing well, living in a good neighborhood, but who are also willing to pay, for quality training.
Okay.
And that's where we find our location in Lights and Fame, actually.
That's where it started.
It's close to the highway, so it's easy accessible. We have like it's free parking around, so it's like you wanted to look at all these points. Yeah.
And how was finding clients? How was that? How was the process?
So the lucky thing is, like, I already started as a personal trainer in a big gym. And because I'm sponsored by Reebok and I'm a national or international trainer for Les Mills, my social media was really picking up. So, people know you as a trainer. And because I often got the question when I was doing these events for Les Mills or for other clubs, people often ask me, so where can I find you? And I was like, yeah, you can find me in this gym. But people didn't want to pay a membership to see me. They want to come directly to me. And that's when I started like, I need to find my own space. So yeah, people were already asking, so the demand was there, Actually, that's how it started. So using your social media, making people well aware of what you do, and talking a lot to people, but making people aware that you're there. That's how it started, actually.
That is a piece of personal branding.
Yeah.
So you utilize your network.
Yeah.
They knew who you are and where to find you.
Yep.
And all of that. So you talked about, because you just mentioned Reebok, like it's it's just part of who you are or something. How did that come about?
So it started with Les Mills. Les Mills is like one of the biggest companies when it comes to developing fitness programs for gyms worldwide. So if you go into a gym and you want to do a group class, I think most of the time you'll find a Les Mills class like Body Pump. That's one of the biggest programs worldwide when it comes to group fitness. And this company, they had, I became one of their international trainers, and they had this deal with Reebok. And from the second Reebok became a partner of them, their trainers got sponsored by Reebok. and they were looking for exceptional trainers, and luckily enough, I was one of them, and that's how I got my partnership with Reebok, actually. Yeah.
So what does that mean? Does it mean that you always have to wear Reebok, or that you have to give a shout out once a month? How does that even work?
So at first, I like before I partner with someone, I want to check if I can identify with the brand, and I could, because Reebok is all about the normal people. By the normal people, I mean everyone. It's not just the super fit people or the beginners. No, it's accessible for everyone. So I love their brand. They combine like the physical, mental, and the social aspect in fitness or in sports in general. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, cool. I love their branding. I love their style. And for when I signed for that contract, I have to wear Reebok branded stuff when I
represent.
Represented in the fitness world or in the sports world. So everything that has to do with fitness and sports, I prefer wearing Reebok stuff, and that's what I do. Yeah,
that's what you do.
Yeah.
Amazing. You recently launched your web series.
Yeah.
Dennis Toppin Train. You made a lot of noise.
True.
You're
definitely.
Still making a lot of noise. Because the thing is, you're also a trainer to celebrities.
Yeah, true.
How did that come about?
Wow, that started like I think a year ago, because I was like doing my branding with Reebok and Les Mills on my social media. All of a sudden, all of a sudden I had this Insta DM from Frenna saying like, bro, I need to discuss something with you. So can I have your number? Like, of course, why not? And we made an appointment, and he just put it out straight to me like, I want to train and I want you to become my personal trainer. Can you do that? And I was like, of course. And that's how it started with him, and also him using his socials every time when he was training with me, because we discussed. I was like, look, cool, we can do that, but I also want something back, as in when I'm your trainer, I want you to put it out there for me. And he was like, no problem. And he started putting it out there for me. And from there is when the others started coming, and that's how it rolled, actually.
That's how you became trainer to the celebs.
Yeah. So with Frenna, then First Man called, then MS.ABA was interested, then the SFB crew was interested, and once you have like 4 to 5 celebs that you're training, and they put you on their socials, the other fellow artists, their colleagues, I would say, they notice you. So every time when they see me, they're like, oh yeah, I have to train with this guy, or I have to start training, and you want to get in that environment. So sometimes I would go to shows just to show them that I'm there, and talk and mingle with people, and being brave enough to tell them or ask them how their fitness game is, and stuff like that.
But they have to do push-ups right away.
Exactly.
You're like, throw 40.
Like I did that with Frenna. Like sometimes he would try to dodge me. It's like telling me like, oh, I can't train today because I'm not feeling well. And then I would see that he's on his way to a clip shoot or a show, and then I would ask his manager or his management where's the location. And I would go to that location.
You would just go there.
And before he started his show or whatever, I'll make him do push-up or workout before he goes. Yeah, so definitely.
Amazing. So there is where I hear networking. That is another thing that you utilize a lot. And showing up at places where you're not asked.
Showing up at places where you're not asked, and being brave enough to show up there and have a plan and just talk and mingle. And, it's stepping out of your comfort zone if you want to network sometimes. So that's what I'm used to doing, stepping out of my comfort zone, being at places where people don't expect you to be, and leaving a mark behind. And doing that consistently, at some point people will buy in or they will contact you. Yeah.
And would you say, what do you think that has been the lead to your success now? Because you're quite successful, starting your gym. Within a year, you have been able to reach a specific audience, have endorsements, and be known in specific circles. What would you say has been factors that played major role into your success now?
Same, like I said, stepping out of your comfort zone and leaving a mark every time. A good mark, like, oh yeah, Dennis has been here. Or every time when you enter a place, okay, this guy, who is he? So yeah, stepping out of your comfort zone, leaving a mark, and being consistent in that, I think has led to the success that I have right now. Yeah.
That is amazing. Okay.
Thank you.
In a bit, we're almost about to close this interview. So we're going to take some questions. Just 1 minute, go to a song, and then come back and have our audience, people that are listening, drop some questions and see what they could pick from you. And I would also like for you to think of what last advice you would give to young people out there who would like to achieve what you achieve. what they should do to get where you're at, or what you think is very important for them to have. So before that, we're first going to listen to a song I love by an upcoming artist called Neo. It has this African vibe. She's an American artist. You should definitely check her out. And then we're going to be back to talk more about And that was, I told you that was a sweet song, wasn't it? That is Neo, and that song is called Drive and Disconnect. Check her out. I love that soulful, she gives that good soulful vibe. And this happened to have an African feel to it. And I just felt like sharing. We have almost reached the end of the show. Well, actually we have, but I'm Royal's favorite, I hope. So I'm just stealing another minute. First, on the last note, Dennis, because you came all the way here, I would like to know, what piece of advice would you like to give young people that, also feel they want more people to know about what they do, as in terms of sports?
As in they want people to know more. What I would say, you got to step out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone with a plan that would make it easy to step out of it. And again, leave a mark. Let people know what you do and be confident about it. I think when you're confident about what you're doing and you're proud of what you're doing and you're passionate about it, you can leave a good mark and be consistent in that. That's the advice I would give people, yeah.
Okay. Well, on that note, where can people find you and find your show, find your gym, yeah, and find you? Where can they find you online?
So they can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And if you type in Dennis Toppin or Dennis Toppin trains, you'll find it easily. Google me, Dennis Toppin, you'll find it. Yeah.
All right. So any last shout outs?
Shout out to you, first of all, for inviting me. Shout out to all the people who are listening, and shout out to our diaspora and everyone who's representing their nation. Thank you.
Who's representing Ghana
all
the way.
All the way.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am logging off. It was me, MS.ABA. Like I always say, you can listen to the recap of the show on the podcast. You can find Africa Unfocused, the podcast, on iTunes, on SoundCloud, or you can find it through my Instagram. If you come to my Instagram, which is MS.ABA, it will take you there. Listen, tune in your quiet moments, in your quiet space. Make sure that you also spread the love. And if you have missed this show or you just tuned in, make sure that you spread it on your timeline so that the word goes out. We talked about personal branding today. And next week, we have two special ladies who are making their mark in fashion. One has a socks brand, and she is a DJ, a female DJ. And another is bringing a twist and a change to contemporary African fashion. She is one to look out for. And she styled my video that is going to come up. So that is one lady that is special to my heart. We will have that on the show, and we're going to talk about how to brand fashion. Anyway, I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that listened and everybody that tuned in. Thank you for the love. I also want to give a shout out to Dennis, of course, for driving all the way here. To Kineta on talking about personal branding, and so much love. I always say, spread the love. Very big God bless. Don't die before your time. Make sure that you love a lot. Give, share with the world. Share your gift. And next week, we'll talk about how to make yourself prominent in the scenes way more. Let's see what we're ending with. I like one song, and that goes by Mr. Easy's latest album, which gives me like so much good vibes, and that is Surrender, collaborating with Simi. Make sure that you bounce to that, and we will meet each other next week again. Here is Mr. Easy collaborating with Simi with I Surrender.